incalculable outflowing infinitudes, laughing out, and unmeasured happiness, lived an innumerable unity, worlds where the being is unbound and wide, bodied unthinkably the egoless self, rapture of beatific energies, join time into the timeless pose of a single joy. White, vast was seen where all is wrapped in all. See, absolutely morosely reclined. White, vast was seen where all is wrapped in all. White was, starts the Pondy, forceful. White was, pure, brilliant, shining. Now, I don't know what kind of white is this, whether it is curd white or snow white or swan white or sun white, whatever. White was seen. Absolute purity, white. Shubhra, Shubhra was seen where all is wrapped in all. All is wrapped in all, again, that oneness. There were no contraries. Now, these are the consequences of that class. What is enumerating are the consequences. He is giving some examples. What happened in the process after that call. There were no contraries, no sundered sperm. All by spiritual links were joined to all and bound indissolubly to the one. See, this is one again, indissolubly to the one. That is the magic, that is the charm, that is the beauty, that is the strength of that oneness. Each was unique, but took all lives in its own. That is the important thing. Each was unique. So each one, we are all Homo sapiens, we are all mental beings, but each one has his own quality, individuality. You see, each was unique, but took all lives as its own, and following out the tones of the infinite, recognized in himself the universe. So it is through that then you see the universe. A splendid center of infinity's world, pushed to its zenith's height, its last expanse, felt the divinity of its own selfless, repeated in its numberless other selves. Again, you see, saying multiplicity, numberlessness, vast, everything again repeating. It took up tirelessly into its scope persons and figures of the impersonal, persons and figures of the impersonal. He is formless, but he is taking into his embrace all forms. He is nameless, he is embracing all names, persons and figures, as if prolonging in a celestial count, in a rapturous multiplication system. We are multiplication. I want to be many, many, many multiplication. The recurring decimals of eternity keeps on repeating. 10 by 3, 3.33333 goes on. Endlessly. Recurring decimals of eternity. None was apart. Well, this is an elaboration of the same now. None was apart. None lived for himself alone. Each lived for God in him and God in all. God in him and God in all. Now, of course, it is the psychic identification of a psychic being with other psychic beings. Each one has his own personality and psychic being and character. But then I recognize your individuality through the psychic being, everywhere you see. Each soulness inexpressibly held the whole. See, this is an elaboration of the same thing of oneness. Also, there, oneness was not tied to monotone. See, you will get tired of it if it's the same thing throughout this year. There, oneness was not tied to monotone. In fact, it is to escape this monotony of oneness. To escape this monotony of oneness. See, had the Supreme created these worlds in Himself, all would have been the same thing. He had to first be absent from everything so that each one can spring up individuality. You cannot bring out separation unless by that process. Bahusyam, I want to be many not here, but many through the expression of individuality of each character. It showed 1,000 aspects of itself, its luminous, immutable stability. Now, 1,000 aspects, he is giving some examples. Its luminous, immutable stability, abode on a changeless ground for ever safe, compelled to spontaneous subjective, the ever-changing, incalculable step, the seeming reckless dance, subtle plan of immense world forces in the perfect play. World forces in the perfect play. Appearance looked back to its hidden truth. Yeah, we don't see the hidden truth behind us. And made a difference. One is a smiling play. Means all the dichotomies, call it dicho or multi-tomies or whatever, they got resolved. And made a difference of one smiling play. It made all persons fractions of the unique, yet all were being secret integers. We are one. Purna. Remove from Purna, what remains is still Purna. Remove the full from what is full, what remains is still full. Put in the full, it remains full. Appearance looked back to its hidden truth and made our difference one as a smiling play. It made all persons fractions of the unity, yet all were beings secret integers. All struggle was turned to a sweet strife of love and the harmonized circle of a sure embrace. So this is the embrace of oneness again everywhere. So he is elaborating now the consequences of that oneness everywhere in this multiplicity. Identity is reconciling, happiness gave a rich security to different. On a meeting line of hazardous extreme, the game of games was played to its breaking point, where to self-finding by divine self-lost, there lives out unity, supreme delight, whose blissful undivided sweetness feels the commonality of the Absolute. Now in one sentence, he has described everything. The evolution, the involution and evolution. Everything is described in one single sentence. On a meeting line of hazardous extreme, he has gone so far away that it got lost, the contact was lost. And what came out was the opposite, hazardous. The four powers, they went so far away from the source that they turned the opposite. The game of game was played to its breaking point. So this is the story of creation. of involution, where to self-finding by divine self-loss. He went so far away from himself. There lives out unity, supreme delight. So these three lines show the process of creation, the mother story of creation. The four powers went so far away from the soul that they became opposite. For what? There lives out unity, supreme delight, so that out of that leaping out, what comes out is unity, whose blissful, undivided sweetness feels a commonality of the Absolute. So the first three lines describe the involution, the next three lines describe the process of evolution. In one single sentence, he has put the entire metaphysics of the whole process, you see. That is the power of Savitri. There was no sob of suffering anywhere. Experience ran from point to point of joy. So, although there was a separation, it was an experience of joy for a certain purpose. We take it as suffering, misery, pain, and all that. Bliss was the pure, undying truth of things. Where is it that the bliss is not present? It is there everywhere. And it is the pure, undying truth of things. That is the foundation. Bliss is the foundation of all that is. It is on the bliss that everything is established.